Night Flight Flies with Chevy Chase, Robert Plant, and Led Zeppelin.
Sitting on the doorstep of the house again to fall, the meaning of our love.
My relationship with Yoko at the moment is very social. We don't talk about business or this or that. It's just, well, how about a cup of tea, you know, or whatever. And as far as the comparisons with Dad, you know, well, there'll still always be something around, you know, I think. Maybe, I'm not so sure, but I think there will always be something. But I don't want to think about it anymore.
We are a rock revolving around a golden sun. We are a billion children rolled into one. So when I hear about the hole in the sky, salt water wells in my eyes. We climb the highest mountain, we'll make the desert bloom. We're so ingenious we can walk on the moon. But when I hear of how the forests have died, salt water wells in my eyes.
Actually, I was going to go into put my demo tapes around a lot earlier than I did, but because of what happened with Dad, I had to literally lay off for 2 years the career I was going to get involved in, you know, and that's when all that drinking in the clubs in London happened and all that, because I was waiting for the right time when I felt, well, everything's calmed down, maybe I can start my career now. And I started pushing the music, the tapes around, Dean, my manager, did. And they just said, no, well, some said the music's there, they don't like it, so I said, okay, well, if you don't like it. And then finally, Charisma listened to it and liked it, you know, and liked the music, not the name, you know. Although the name would help or not help later on, but that gave me a chance to do what I wanted to do. But I don't know, but he's probably listening anyway.
Ever since you've been leaving me, I've been wanting to cry. Now I know how it feels for you. I've been wanting to cry, but it's much too late for goodbye. Yes, it's much too late for goodbye. Time has gone since I've been with you, and we've been starting to fly. Now it seems you don't care for me, and I don't understand why. But it's much too late for goodbye. Yes, it's much too late for goodbye. Ever since you've been far away, I've been wanting to cry.
Robert Plant solo, next.
Now I know what you meant to me.
It's been a long year for Nevadans, but thanks to Senator Catherine Cortez Masto and the American Rescue Plan, we're about to come roaring back. Reopening schools and checks for families means we can get back to work. Call Senator Cortez Masto and thank her for moving Nevada forward for all of us.
AutoNation is buying cars now.
So get here fast.
AutoNation will buy your car or truck for top dollar. Get a check on the spot and deposit it right away. Appraise your car now at AutoNation.com.
I've pricked my fingers 3,000 times.
My A1C was still over 9.
Then I got the Dexcom G6.
I just glance at my phone and there's my glucose number.
No finger sticks. None.
Yes. Yay!
My diabetes is no longer a mystery.
You see a spike after eating raisins?
The dark chocolate? No spike. That's a huge victory.
My A1C's dropped over 2 points to 7.2.
I actually can't wait for my next doctor's appointment.
Credelio protects your dog from ticks and fleas, so you can be close. Credelio close, because you'd do anything for your dog. To stay Credelio close. Credelio is a monthly chewable that's tough on ticks and fleas, but gentle enough even for puppies. This drug class has been associated with neurologic adverse reactions. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures. Keep your pets close. Credelio close.
COVID has been an experience that nobody was prepared for.
What if you could have done more?
COVID really brought things into perspective to what a nurse is.
We were everywhere, emotionally, physically, we were drained.
It was the unknown. It just didn't stop.
We would get a moment and kind of look around and see, like, which one of us is
It's your other family. Even my friend Deborah, that's like my twin, we hold each other up. And me trying to take care of everybody else, I wasn't taking care of me mentally. And she got me right on together, snatched me right on up.
Get it out! Girl, you had us.
Nursing is more than a job, and if we didn't have each other, we wouldn't know.
I could not have without her.
As we care for others, we care for each other.
I appreciate you.
Now we gotta hug again.
Nurses just know what nurses need, and they come out of the woodwork when you need them. Shortness of breath could be a sign of something serious. Ask your doctor about heart valve disease and learn more at reachfortheheart.com.
Tonight, we look at the solo career of one of rock's greatest vocalists and song stylists, Robert Plant. Born in 1948 in Staffordshire, England, Plant became a superstar as a frontman for Vanguard heavy metal band Led Zeppelin. But Plant's memories of Zeppelin are marred with tragedy. The death of his son in 1977, and the death of Zeppelin drummer John Bonham in 1980.
Vocalists shouldn't be just stuck in this kind of mould of it, what people will accept or won't accept from them. And I've tried with Shaken and Stirred, the new album, to put that across again, that I'm a relatively complex person underneath, and I can only exist in this business with all these lights and cameras and all that, and you and me, if I'm really satisfied with myself too, you know. I'm actually now, in the 80s, somebody who doesn't have to say, yeah, well, that's probably the best moment of my life was when I sang Stairway to Heaven.
There's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying for leaving.
He was brilliant. I mean, he was sensational. He played. The thing, and what I like about Jimmy Page is he's the greatest PR man in the world, because I mean, he didn't talk to anybody for 10 years, and you can see him staggering around and going for the Jack Daniels bottle and all that sort of thing. I know the bottle's empty, and I know he's staggering around and winking at the same time, you know. And you get this kind of, oh, will he make it through the year? And really, he's just playing the game. It's a bit like Keith Richards there, sort of playing it along.
I may not be the smartest, but I bet I'm the silliest looking animal you ever saw.
Yeah, of course, I'm driven. There's a carrot in front of me all the time. And I don't know what it is. I can't get near enough to even get a lick at it, you know?
When Saturday Night Live came along and I got up there and did the first news update in fall of the first show, I was scared to death. It was a dress rehearsal. I thought, I can't do this. When the audience came in, 600, 700 people, it was the real show live. It felt as natural as as anything, and I don't know why. Apple stock had gone up sky high and had, so much money, and I just thought, wow, time for a big, huge concert out in the middle of nowhere, We just go out and make our own city.
300,000 people just getting along, having a good time, no trouble. It's California, it's where it's at.
The first I heard of it was from our booking people, from our talent people, and, it was just this sort of vague thing that Steve Wozniak was planning.
We're out, we're living our own rules this day, and we're enjoying time, and it's kind of a great reset of the whole body when that happens.
At Charmin, we make paper, but we love trees. That's why we protect forests by using pulp certified by the Forest Stewardship Council. It's why we regrow at least 2 trees for every tree we use. And it's why, when forests are devastated by natural disasters, Charmin helps restore trees through the Arbor Day Foundation. So you can enjoy the go, but forests remain forests. Charmin.
At Domino's, we're constantly innovating to find better ways to deliver you pizza, which is why we're testing driverless delivery powered by Neuro, and it's got someone back to their old habits. Avoid the Noid when you get any 2 or more medium 2-topping Domino's pizzas delivered for just $5.99 each.
To my great-granddaughter Sarah, whom I disowned after she recommended I go with the General for my auto insurance. I leave the entirety of my estate.
What?
Turns out Sarah's right about the General. I just misjudged them based on their commercials. They're actually a quality insurance company that's been saving people money for nearly 60 years.
I told you guys. Oh, Kenneth, Sarah.
You were always my favorite, Sarah. Congrats.
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with the General.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries helps you work around that special piece you can't live without. It's double discount days. Right now, take 20% off your first item, 40% off your second item. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
COVID has been an experience that nobody was prepared for.
What if you could have done more?
COVID really brought things into perspective to what a nurse is.
We were everywhere, emotionally, physically, we were drained.
It was the unknown. It just didn't stop. We would get a moment and kind of look around and see, which one of us now needs some care.
It's your other family. Even my friend Deborah, that's like my twin, we hold each other up. And me trying to take care of everybody else, I wasn't taking care of me mentally. And she got me right on together, snatched me right on up.
Get out! Girl, you had us so much.
Nursing is more than a job, and if we didn't have each other, we wouldn't make it.
I could not have made it without her.
As we care for others, we care for each other.
I appreciate you.
Now we gotta hug again.
Nurses just know what nurses need, and they come out of the woodwork when you need them.
I just got here about an hour ago from the military. And definitely party place, definitely. Memorial Day weekend at the Arts Festival. All right, rock and roll. I don't know what they're talking about when they say a festival has a lack of spirit.
years after Woodstock, and while there was the occasional big outdoor show, this was immense.
You know, big things happen when people are just sort of camped out, living on their own, meeting new friends. So I wanted more of that aspect of things than just a big concert.
I was a huge fan of ska music, so for me, Dave Wiggling and Ranking Roger,